Well, folks, we are in the final stretch of our small business management course this semester, and it's time to discuss the assembly process for your business plans. So what I want to make sure we're clear on is that the first thing we want to do is eliminate section introductions. I had you introducing each section because I read 90 odd assignments every time they are submitted, and I need an orientation to your section. However, when we complete our plan, we really only need one introduction. So one of the first things you'll want to do as you're assembling your plan is find the best introduction you've written and put it at the beginning, and eliminate all of the other introductions that are before each section currently. As you're assembling this plan, you'll want to make sure that you're reading in detail the assignment instructions. Now, your actual due date will vary based on which section you're in, but I have provided very detailed assignment instructions online in Blackboard, and what you'll want to do is pull that out and make sure that you are clear on what is to be delivered. Notice as you look at this detailed outline that I provided, the order in which the sections are to be presented in the final plan is different than the order that you wrote them, and that's purposeful. It's very difficult to write a company mission when you're still trying to figure out exactly what the business is. So we write that last, but it belongs first in your business plan. And it belongs after the introduction, which you've written several times, so hopefully you have a nice strong one there. And here is something new you'll be writing, is an executive summary. I suggest to you that you focus on 3 to 5 really important elements of your plan, and put those in the executive summary. The executive summary is not an intention to summarize the remainder of your plan. It's an intention to grab the reader and make them want to keep reading because you've got some kind of a unique selling proposition, because you've got a huge target market, because you're bringing some real special expertise to the table. Whatever that grab might be, it belongs in the executive summary. So the strategy section is what you submitted just a few weeks ago. Marketing, the only new item here is a brief introduction for those of you in slightly more esoteric industries so that the reader understands a little bit about the market you're talking about. It only has to be a few sentences to orient us to what you're writing about here. Then we have the operations section. You've already provided some of these details, but I want to make it real clear that these day-to-day tasks, which are different for different firms, are documented. You will only have one of these things, so you'll either be describing your physical product that you're selling, you'll describe your service, or describe how you're selling at the retail level. And then the final major section is the accounting section, same material that you've previously submitted, and that's it. I have repeated some of the expectations that I put in my original handout about plagiarism, so that you're clear that we need to have a double-spaced document. Cover sheet makes it look significantly more professional. The pages are numbered. We have a table of contents. Dollar figures are properly formatted, etc. And there's more information here about sources that can assist you if you're having trouble with the reference citations. Now, to help you with this assembly process, I've put a couple of items in the how-to videos area, so you want to be sure to visit that. What we started with here is how to insert footnotes. So I've provided some links to existing online sources with instructions on how to do that in the various versions of Microsoft Word. I've also created a video myself for you to use to help you with that. I've got a little video on how to write align numbers, which is relevant in your accounting section, especially. The difference between how this looks in an unformatted number list is a huge difference in how people perceive your plan, how professional they perceive your plan to be. And then finally, if you have not been reviewing the comments that I've placed on your assignments, please do that as you're assembling the plan. That was the whole intention here, was that you submitted a section, I give you some feedback, and then you can incorporate that feedback into the final plan submission. This is a little video on reminding you how to read those comments. This is a significant assignment. It's a lot of points. I recommend that you start early, that you assemble everything, that you allow plenty of time for proofreading what you submit, and I look forward to reading your plan.